from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the AFC NFC Pro Bowl. NFC taking on Patrick Mahomes and the AFC.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Well, we are a week away from Super Bowl 55 in Tampa, but the very best players in the NFL have made the trip out to Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit, but I will say this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
Mahomes now on first down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Going deep for Diggs. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs, 68 yards. And the AFC has taken the early lead. Patrick Mahomes, he can do everything seemingly, and that time he just reared back and let it fly. And he's got it to make it 7-0 AFC. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it in with an AFC touchdown.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. So out comes the NFC for their opening drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
I think Aaron Rodgers is one of the poster boys for persistence and belief in self. Because coming out of high school, he had 0 scholarship offers in the D1 level. Went to a junior college, went to Cal, and just blew up there. And then, of course, as a first-round draft pick, but a lot lower than what he expected in the first round, and then had to sit behind Brett Favre for a few years in Green Bay before getting his shot. Now he's probably one of the better quarterbacks that we've seen come down the pipe.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
45-yard line.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 28 yards on that one. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs. After 7-0 on EA Sports. That throw into the arms of Allen. And another tackle broken. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Mahomes Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. So now we'll get our second look in this game at the NFC offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just
pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now look out, Rodgers. What's the football? Dead spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. And the NFC punt team out there now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. To return is Roberts. So we have hit halftime with a promo. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
14, NFC nothing. Justin Tucker set to kick off.
It's the NFC to possess it first as we're back and underway for the 3rd quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25. The NFC offense heads out to begin this 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The AFC offense now heading out for their first drive of the 2nd half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their 2nd. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
Now the NFC going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield.
A fumble on the play. Recovered.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, coach, but look, we've still got this locked down. But that's not necessarily true, is it?
You know, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
You could have finished it.
Good job. Good job.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes ago in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York.
At the 26. It's a gain of 2. Brings up third.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
Tackle made there by Budda Baker. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up
On the counter, it's Henry. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
3rd and 7.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.